Yo, what going on? It's
Yo,
your boys. It's your boy Ja, and I got the gentleman himself, Marcus Norman. What going on?
what's up? What's up? Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me. I am excited to really dive into this drama. I got some tea I need to spill. Club Shay-Shay, you hear me? I want next. I'm spilling all the tea. All of y'all. I'm telling on everybody on this show. So thanks for having me.
Listen, hey, this man cannot be contained today. He's super excited. Before we even started, we were going back and forth, and we almost started late. All right.
We almost lost the show. We was like,
Hey,
man, a few. It was some beef. It was some quick beef.
and we're gonna get into all of that there. Trust. Um, Listen, the phone line is up, right? The ringer is on. Notifications is on. Internet is up. All right. So go ahead and call in, but wait a minute. And during the live stream, I don't know if you watched the episode with Romika, but she sent me a jar of her passion fruit sea moss gel, and I smelt it. It's passion fruit scented, supposed to be passion fruit flavored, and it smells delicious. So I'm gonna try it live on air in front of all of you. It's gonna be a real thing. The next gonna
Jamal,
be probably a coconut tart and a pineapple tart, but I gonna have a barf bag for that one.
Jamali.
How it tastes? I ain't tasted yet. I ain't tasted yet. We gonna go through that experience together. All right.
Gotta get his stomach going.
But you know what we gotta do first?
Yep,
Hit you
played
with that beautiful.
beautiful bean footage. Roll it.
Oh, talk to it. Yeah. Coconut tart coming. Coconut and a pineapple tart. I actually did try what was it? One of those Gucci Link Johnny cakes when I was at the bakery. We ain't gonna go into that.
That
And
don't sound appetizing at all.
hey, we love you, Thomas Bakery. We love you guys. All right, no slander from Thomas Bakery.
You're
You
right.
you do your best. Don't forget Saturdays and Sundays at Thomas Bakery every week. They do their VI breakfast. All right, it's delicious and it's filling.
I
All
gotta get
right,
this one.
you should. You need to fly down here.
I do. I do. You got me there. You got
The
me there.
plane.
You about to sample it?
No. I'll leave it later.
What? What? That is bull, man.
I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Calm down.
You
I'll leave it
promised.
later. I'll
You
leave it later.
promised her. Okay.
I gonna do it. Don't push me. Peer
I,
pressure's a bitch.
I got your back, girl. I'm trying to get him to keep to his word.
Mika, when you see this, listen, I gonna do it. I'm a man of my word, all right? But first, we gotta get into this sauce. We gotta get into the juiciness, man. Start us off, cause you were talking real spicy backstage before we came on. What's your stance on the whole? Let Let's start with Club Shay-Shay as a whole. Well, how do you feel about that?
I hate Club Shay-Shay. I hate his shit. He is a terrible. I know the man has addressed it, but he is a horrible host, in my opinion.
Wow.
The man is a terrible. He needs to stick to the NBA. Club Shay-Shay. Oh, you got me.
NFL, sir.
Where's my
NFL.
camera? Club Shay-Shay, Shannon Sharp, you're trash, bro. Like,
Wow.
you are trash. You need to stop interviewing, go back to the gym, and just do football. And just go back to analytics. You're trash.
Hey, that's my brother and all, but Shannon is huge.
I
Shout out that big brother.
I stand 10 toes down myself. So don't come after the same difference. This is all me.
Let's hope you're gonna stay standing when he come to you, cause he just pressed Mike Epps about saying something similar But hey, all right, all right. So that's how you feel? The like it's trash.
He is a horrible. Let me tell you, this Huckleberry Finn bullshit this man be doing on the fucking hey picnic basket, boo boo. Like his interview style is terrible, right? He be having big people
You
on,
on an edible right now, sir? Why
and
are you not?
the man to just be like yo, oh my god, okie dokie, like dude, shut up. He be interrupting folk when they speaking. I don't like that. I don't care for none of that. He's a horrible, horrible host. He's had some big
Well,
A-list on there, but he is a horrible host. The man has cue cards, right? Like you mean to tell me
what's wrong with that?
you don't know your guests? You can't review your guests comfortably before you get them on the show. You got to read from cue cards to say he's been the most predominant actor since. You about to pull a Steve Harvey, bro. He about to slip up and read somebody else's cue card. He about to interview Barack Obama, coming all the way. Michelle Obama. Oops, my bad. Barack Obama. Dude, you are a horrible host. If you don't know who the flip is coming on your show, that you got to read from cue cards, your team has to create a bio for them, you're trash.
Oof, oof. Now, hey, the gentleman turned into the aggressor just now, didn't he? This is the gentleman we talking. You might have expected that from seeing difference, but the gentleman. Hmm, interesting, interesting. Okay, okay. Is that's coming from strictly as a fellow podcaster? That's where that's coming from. Okay, okay. If I'm honest,
Let me
I
hear.
have never watched that shit. I've never watched it. And it's not because I have an issue with Shannon personally, none of that. But it's just like, first of all, police again? Where do you live, bro?
In Portsmouth.
So it's not that I have an issue with Shannon. You know what I'm saying? It's just that when the Katt Williams thing came out, it kind of threw me from wanting to see that kind of vibe, especially like, and I love Katt Williams, right? I love that they got major views and made history and all of that. I'm happy for them on that they gain money and everything. However, I don't appreciate the route that it's seeming to get, where like if I come on your show and you interview me, why are we talking about other people? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is the topic going to this person, that person, that person? Like, shouldn't it be about my accomplishments and what I've done and stuff like that? And if I do have a legitimate gripe with someone, let's bring them on. Let's talk together. You get what
As
I'm
a
saying?
group. As a group.
As a group. So I feel, imagine just sitting down, right? Imagine just sitting down at the house, and then your notifications start going nuts because you hear Katt Williams just call your name out of no. You know what I'm saying? Imagine Monique just calling Dale Hughley and Oprah and Tyler Perry. You just Oprah them be gardening. Tyler Perry is wearing his wig cooling, and his name just start blowing up out of nowhere. I don't like that vibe there.
They all with Martha Stewart making cookies. They all they all just making up stuff. But I feel you, right? But I think some of their accolades, right, is because of the industry they're in, right? Monique didn't just do the Parkers by herself. There's co-stars that did it. I didn't produce, no team goes to the Super Bowl. Everybody hail up LeBron, right? But he didn't get there by himself. The
True.
man is part of a team. So in particular industries, I don't think you cannot if you want to touch on my history, I can't. I would be remiss to not mention the people I came up with. So
Yeah.
how do I go on a show and we're highlighting my achievements or my wins or my losses, right? What's the chick name that slept with like 35 guys, right? That's part of her, right? The 35 dudes that she slept with came out on Club Shay-Shay.
That's her team though.
That's
They
that's her
helped her get
squad.
to where she was.
but that's what got her to where she was, where she's a football groupie, and she up in the skybox with all the NFL athletes and VPs and directors and stuff. You can't mention my story without the dirt and who is a part of that dirt. So that's why I feel why it coming up and why I'm talking about other people
100%.
on the show.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Now the Monique thing. You made it pretty clear you have a stance. What's your stance on the Monique situation? She seemed to be beefing with everybody.
She is beefing with everybody, and the beef is kind of it's following suit with everybody else, right? So Monique and other prominent women, Viola Davis, other actors, other noteworthy actors are not getting their due, right? And the guy that played in Best Man Holiday, the light skinned brother with the hazel eyes, he came out, talked about his production in Hustle and Flow. And he said, listen, I've been on Hustle and Flow and they didn't pay me nothing. And that movie was great. That was one of my biggest hits, right? And he sang in that movie, and he didn't get any royalties from the song he produced because I think, well, Paramount or whoever, they wrote his character as the artist instead of his name being the artist of the song. So he collected no royalties on that song. So it's not just Monique. Monique is part of a group of actors and celebrities that are taking a stance about not being represented well and being taken advantage of in the earlier parts of their career and not being paid their due. And that's not wrong in my opinion.
And I agree with you. And him as well as Taraji, two of my favorites, two favorites of mine. Especially since I've been binge watching Empire again. Empire is amazing, and they played the hell out of their roles, right? And quite frankly, just from watching Empire, and if we remember how big Empire was when that thing dropped, like it was huge, and Fox, which wasn't shit before, it blew up and the ratings skyrocketed and all of that. And I'm not talking about Fox News. I'm talking about Fox, the local station, right?
Right.
Fox took off in the ratings and stuff like that. And they had original music. They had Timbaland. All these people producing original songs that were hits for real. Drip, drop, drip, drip. Like, come on, man. And to find, quite frankly, off of that show alone, they should have still been getting paid. You get what I'm saying? Like just off of that show, they should have had all types of spin-offs and this, that, and the third. Juicy Smollett aside, he fucked up too. But like Cookie should have had her own clothing line for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Lucia should have had some sort of deals and stuff. But now we don't see them. We don't hear about Nothing Empire, even though that was huge.
Right.
So I agree there. My thing with Monique though, her gripes, she usually comes and gathers people for her personal gain. Like she's talking about gripes that are genuine and it affects basically all black actors, actresses, artists.
Mhm.
But she doesn't try to join with them. If you notice, she doesn't bring them as a group, as a collective. She just tries to, like when she first came out with the Netflix thing. Hey, lovies, she wanted us to cancel Netflix.
Mhm.
What had Monique done for black folks? Can you name one thing off the top of your mind Monique has done for any of us ever? Any charities, anything? Because I remember the Monique that was calling skinny girls the devil when she was big. Then
Mhm.
she lost weight, and all of a sudden they're not so bad no more. Like I know Monique as being a big mean girl.
I can see
She
that.
acted in Precious. She got her Oscar for being a terrible representative of a black mother. What
Mhm.
has she done for us? Everything that she seems to do, it seems to only benefit Monique and her daddy.
So I'll interject here and say what she said on the Club Shay-Shay interview. Lord heavens, you trash. But she said that she she shows us what women are capable of. in a time where women didn't feel like they could become actors. The black woman was always portrayed in the angry black woman role, and that was it. And so she showed us what is possible. She showed us the introduction of black women can set a precedent. Black women can become a part of a major TV production, a major television series that runs and ran for 22 years. She showed us what we are capable of and what we've always known on the inside, that we can do more and we can achieve more. So I'll say that. She's
Yes, and
still angry.
she's one of many. She's one of many though. That's the thing. Again, she's not getting with the others like Viola Davis, who also voiced concerns about not getting her just dues and is a veteran in the game and doing it big as well. Angela Bassett and them, she ain't partnering with none of them. And CJ
Because
says, "Oh shit, she just want to stay home with her family." Which family? Because her son said she don't even fuck with him. But go ahead, Marcus.
no, nah. So yeah, I mean, Viola Davis, they're all fighting the same fight. They're all fighting in the same war. Angela Bassett, where the hell was her nomination for the most recent Black Panther she did? She killed that role. She's been killing that role. And why the hell we kill off the anyway? I got so many gripes with production, but there's a lot of women that are not getting their dues. I haven't seen too many black women walk across that Oscar stage and receive their features, their awards, their accolades, their just dues for saying, "Hey, thank you. It's cool to be nominated, but how many have they won?" Right? How many black women have actually won? And besides the Cardi B's, right? Oh my God, Cardi B and what's her name? Candy Red, Sexy Red. Sexy Red could get a crown put on her head by Drake, saying she the queen of rap and all of this stuff, and she could take off. But Monique, Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, women, black women, Taraji Pete, um, Hidden Figures, killed that film. Oh my God, when she sat there and said, "From a black cup, nobody want to touch," man, I got hard. I got freaking hard. It was incredible. I
I
felt
beg your
that.
pardon.
I
I
got.
beg your pardon.
It
The fuck
was
is
serious.
this?
It was serious. Her play in that role when she did that scene where she was like, "None of y'all want to touch this black cup, and I gotta walk 10 miles to go to the bathroom in Nassau, but I'm supposed to be y'all analyst." I felt the culture. The ancestors jumped up for that scene, right? So, hey, where is her accolades for those roles? Where are the accolades and the achievement awards for our black women?
But again, who has she partnered with? Who has Monique partnered with? Seeing as how this is something that traverses the entire artistry realm.
So in the interview of Club Shay-Shay, she mentions, "Hey, I've tried to reach out to Oprah, nothing. I've tried to reach out to Kevin Hart to say, 'Hey, Kevin, this is what they doing me dirty with.'"
Mhm.
Kevin Hart said, "Oh, I got your back. Let me reach out to Tyler. Tyler Perry wants no part." So she's trying to reach out to other people, but nobody wants to do their part. Nobody wants to join in the bandwagon because they see Monique as a sinking ship. Ooh, let me stay away from her. She the angry black woman. Let me not deal with her because I got my own stuff going on. That's wrong. You leave the woman
Now,
out to
hold
dry.
on. Now, hold on. Now, so we're assuming that what she's saying is true.
50
So
Cent
all
tried
these
to work
people,
with Taraji Pete. Yes. 50 Cent tried to reach out to Taraji Pete to get her just payments. Yes. Sorry.
that mind you, that was after 50 was trashing the show and competing with Empire to when Power came out, trying to steal their ratings. But you know, that's fine. Um, so people forget these things, you know.
Right.
But okay. Um, as far as her trying to partner with people, like Tyler Perry don't want to mess with her. Oprah don't want to mess with her. And she just recently said on stage after doing the interview with Club Shay-Shay, "Oh, I want to apologize to Tyler Perry and Oprah for telling them to suck my." I forgot to tell you to lick the balls that came with them. Then we wonder why these people don't want to work with her. She's upset with Lee Daniels. She's upset with Tyler Perry. She's upset with Oprah. So everybody else is just bad, but Monique is somehow a victim in all of these circumstances.
Again, Lee Daniels admitted to her that he should have backed her. He should have had her back. He should have helped her. He should have looked after her. And again, I hear you. I hear you.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna be angry. I would be angry if
Hmm.
I'm reaching out to my fellow podcasters due to this unjust treatment, and none of y'all want to help me because y'all see me as a sinking ship. Stand by me, just like what she said, just like what you said
Hmm.
earlier, right? She tried to rally black people to cancel Netflix subscriptions. We try and do the same thing in all other facets of we we can't riot or before they break out the fire hoses and the guns and the police brutality and the violence, right? Or in Alabama where we try and look out for our own, but yet these Caucasians can storm the Capitol and not one person get murdered, right? Y'all could storm the White House and get in, and Capitol Hill and get in, and not one person gets shot. Oh, because it's Caucasian, it's for Donald Trump. But Monique is trying to rally us the same way, and we're not responding because we don't want to be a part of the sinking ship, that or the appearance of a sinking ship, because she's lost money.
From my perspective, right, when she tried to rally black people to get support behind canceling Netflix, it was legitimately for herself. So in that aspect, I don't see any difference between her and Trump because Trump rallied those people for him. She was rallying people for herself as well, right? Because when she got paid, she was not saying cancel Netflix no more. Like, we cancel Netflix and then what? And who would have benefited? Would black people have benefited? Would Taraji them have benefited? Viola them? No. It would have benefited only Monique. That's what I'm saying. What would have been the overarching thing that would have changed if we had followed her call to action?
So look at what happened with Nick Cannon when Nick Cannon got booted off of his own Wild 'N Out show. What did his co-stars and his team members do? They asked him, "Hey, since Nick Cannon is gone, DC Young Fly, do you want to host the show?" "No, I'm standing by my guy. This guy brought me up. He's one of me. I'm not gonna co-host the show or take over the man's work." And guess what happened to Nick Cannon? He came back to his own show after they had removed him from his
Hmm.
own show because he had his people's support when they were dead wrong.
Yes.
So
Now,
if
this
so
is
you're
why
saying
context
if
matters.
but what you're saying is if Nikki had rallied or Monique had rallied us to get Netflix canceled, right?
Hmm.
So Netflix noticed a huge drop in subscribership. Guess what they would have probably did? They would have paid her. Guess what they would have probably continued to do after her? Paid every other single black woman or black woman that wants to have a Netflix special. They would have paid everybody after that justly and fairly because they see the power in a movement.
That's that's speculation as to how they would have moved if it would have happened. I don't think it would have
It's
happened,
not
but
speculation when it's been proven in other areas. Nick
that
Cannon
Netflix.
proved that Nick Cannon lost his own show.
Let
And
me
we
let me show you why the Nick Cannon thing is a bad example.
okay.
Nick Cannon, the reason why DC Young Fly stood by him, and he said it, is because Nick Cannon gave him a chance when nobody else would. He was a Facebook comedian, and Nick Cannon, all them people, they worked for him. They're signed to his label. He pays them money. Who does Monique sign and pay? No one. That's what I'm trying to say. She works for Monique. Who Nick Cannon employs people. He has that incredible stuff, and they're signed to him. So sticking by him benefited them too. It was a choice, yes, but he's DC had a feeling of I'm gonna stick by the man that stuck by me. Who has Monique stuck by? That's why context is important.
Okay.
But we gonna play one clip to give our Our dry throats, a little respite.
People were having call-ins when I said, this is not right. I was donkey of the day. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I was donkey of the day. The breakfast nubs called me the donkey of the day. That's what they said. And they had a whole call-in about how I was donkey of the day. But you didn't do the same thing when you found out we settled. Now all of a sudden, don't nobody know what a settlement is. I mean, well, we don't even really, it was really, really quick. We just want to throw it away. So with that Netflix special, it was just like, no, guys, I gotta stand up. Because if not, that little girl coming behind me for real,
right,
that has that resume, I want to let her know you can fight, baby.
Right.
You just don't have to say, okay, you can stand.
So go ahead. That's your clip. Go ahead.
That's who she's helping. I just said it, y'all. That's who she's looking out for. Yes, it doesn't seem like she's taking anybody along with her. No, because no one wants to ride with her. So she's now looking out for the young girl, the young black girl that's going to come behind her, that's going to demand the same thing. I demand equal compensation. I demand equal pay. I demand to be treated and compensated fairly, just like my peers. That's who she's looking at, because nobody wants to ride the train with her. So I'm going to look out for the future.
Okay. So let's take this because, again, context and perspective. Look at who she compared herself to, right? She compared herself, and we know the numbers are not close, to Amy Schumer, to Kevin Hart, to Dave Chappelle, and others. Are those people doing numbers in her range or above her? Let's be honest.
They're doing numbers above her.
Above her. So that would be like me and you saying, why aren't we getting paid like our peers? I want to be paid like Shannon Sharp. It doesn't add up. And then only for this to happen. Only for reviews when the thing finally comes out.
You're wrong for that.
My name is Monique, got 5.2 out of 10. 55% Rotten Tomatoes are the reviews. I'm going to read a few of these, not all of them. There was several reviews, but here's one. After sitting through only half of her show, I couldn't take the cursing, which lacked any comedy at all. It seems that Monique is out of touch with comedy today, so she decided to just talk about herself, put herself down, cuss in every sentence, and obviously make up some bad comedy stories, which we all know didn't happen. As soon as I saw her on stage, I had an unsettling aura, or felt like watching my own child walking up on stage in a school play, and as a parent, you suddenly can tell your child has caught stage fright. I have 1 star based on her effort of how, even though she could read the hostile environment, she managed to switch up and not let it distract her. This person gave her 1 star for effort.
That's vicious.
I just knew it would be a lousy show, but I gave it a shot anyway. I was only able to stick it out for about 20 minutes, and then I had to shut it off. Apparently, Monique still thinks that excessive profanity makes her funny. My name is Monique feels more like a one-woman show than a comedy special. What do I say? Have you ever been on a bus and witnessed an unreal display of a homeless person or street character regaling an entire busload of strangers with their life story? After a while, the initial amusement wears off and you're seriously contemplating getting off the bus 9 stops before you even reach your destination.
You're wrong for that.
I didn't write them.
That hurt.
That's what it looks like. You know what? That's what happens when you're the Lulu, though. When you think you should be getting paid like somebody, sometimes you're wrong, right? When you look at people that are actually like doing big numbers and putting in work. You know how many movies has Kevin Hart done? His movies don't even be good, but he put in the work though.
Right.
When was the last time you heard about a Monique movie?
She's
Mm-hmm.
done
Mm-hmm.
Showtime at the Apostle, Russell Simmons Def Comedy Jam. Thank God You're Here. The
How long
Part,
ago was that? How
The
long ago was
Part,
that?
Precious. She's also a hostess at Showtime at the Apollo, Monique's Fat Chance, Oxygen. She has a special on Oxygen, Flavor of Love, Girls Charm School, VH1, Sapphire, The Monique Show. She got stuff, man. She got
How
stuff.
old are those things, man?
She on the board though. Those things don't. She's a
Okay.
player. She's on the game. She's in the. She may be a crooked chess piece, but she's on the board.
Oh, you tried it. He just says, "Come on, you tried it."
I got your back, Monique.
Yeah, you in it for the long haul. I see you. I see you. I ain't mad.
I am standing by our black women. Black
So
History Month.
if I'm not on her side, am I against black women in this? Because I stand with Taraji P. Strong. Pause. I stand with Taraji.
Well, you ain't helping her. You ain't with her. You
Help
ain't on
it.
the train with her.
How? What you mean?
You ain't helping her. The same way you saying nobody want to who is Monique helping? You ain't helping Taraji, but you stand by them.
I'm gonna make a post about it tomorrow. Let me see if I can help it out. But yeah, here's DL. He's highly upset.
Pissed. That
I
man
know
was
she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history, because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm. No.
You seen the reviews? Did he lie?
I haven't seen the show, so I have no comment. I have not seen
Wait,
the
wait.
Netflix special.
How you
I have no
standing?
comment.
How you standing and you ain't watching?
Because man, it is. We just got out of a holiday. I've been busy. Like it's brutal out here, man. I'm doing podcasts just like you. I'm.
What if I told you
Have
it
you seen
came
it?
out
Wait a minute.
last
Have
April?
you seen it?
I ain't watching that bullshit. I ain't watching that bullshit. You know what? We could do a watch party. But what if I told you it came out last April?
We were still in COVID. That don't count. Shit was
What are you
crazy.
talking about?
Shit
In
was crazy.
2023?
Shit was crazy. It was still
What
COVID.
is you talking about?
We still had COVID, bro. COVID was a thing. People still got COVID. Yo, nurses still pop, man.
2023 COVID. So you were so sick you couldn't watch a Netflix special, my boy, in the house? Wow. That's rough. That's rough. That is rough.
Too busy trying to live.
I feel you. I feel you.
On my 15th booster.
If you're wondering what he was referring to, lo and behold, Monique's son, who is also a comedian, and you probably have never heard of, he also had something to say.
Hi, I am Shalon. I am a stand-up comedian, Monique's oldest son. I guess I felt the need to make this video to just provide some context into this false narrative about her praying to the universe. in order to reconcile our relationship or whatever the hell it is. I wrote it all down so that way I don't go all over the place and get emotional or anything like that. So I'm gonna talk like I'm reading a script, but it's just gonna help me kind of stay together. But to address the Club Shay-Shay interview that she did, where she states that she prays to the universe in regards to reconciling our relationship, as I stated, is odd. My mother and I both know that that is a very false narrative, and I would like to free her of having to continue telling that lie.
There's more.
We are separate, as she put it, because she doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son. Neither one of us has had the desire to reach out to the other in a very long time, and I don't think that either of us anticipates that feeling ever returning. Speaking with my mother directly, in my experience, will either lead to some odd newfound moment of clarity in regards to how she was as my mother, or she retreats back to daddy to move forward with a conversation. And I'm tired of hearing my mother's truths. Newsflash, I'm not sure if people know, but standing in your truth doesn't make you noble. I'm not sure if people are aware of that. But responding this way, I feel as though it allows me to say my piece uninterrupted. To those wondering, well, why say something now? Call it a form of therapy for me, I suppose. But when her daddy had inside with
What you guys say? I see you frowning up. What's up?
I don't know who that homeless man is. I don't know who the flip that homeless dude is. This dude, what the hell? Nah. He looked like Kirk Franklin. He looked like he and Kirk Franklin's son smoked the same pot. That dude, who the hell is this bum? Right? Nah. So listen. So here my stance. If your mother is talking publicly about reconciling with you and you have no desire to reconcile, I'm not going to force you as a parent. I'm not going to make you. I'm not going to pull you alongside. The same way Kirk Franklin was like, yo, he had the relationship he had with his son. And then and then he reconciled with his father, right? His father that he didn't have a relationship with. So it's up to the son if you want to reconcile. To sit there and say, oh, I don't want to be a part of it. It takes two. But if she wants to and she's open to it, why not? He sounds like a son that doesn't want to reconcile and he just wants to sit there and talk trash. So you feel confident now after all these years to come out and start talking about how the relationship between your mother and you is fake and she claiming stuff? I don't think so. I think you just don't want to. Monique was
It's
wrong
funny
for
you say that. Chanel White says Monique was wrong for speaking on her child that she knows she has not spoken to in years. I don't believe that they talk, and I don't believe she's connected to her family because I did not know she had a child.
Nobody
She
did.
she might have multiple, but I what you just said is funny, right? Because it's basically what Monique is doing. She's taking things that has not happened in years, sits down, and just blah, 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 just blurts it out of nowhere. Because I didn't watch the interview. Did you watch the Shay-Shay interview?
Unfortunately.
Is he asking these questions? Because it seemed like people just sit down on the couch and start talking.
And drink it. That's what alcohol does. If I had a portier, I'd start rambling too.
Because
I'd
I
be
seen the part with DL, and it's like he didn't ask about DL. She just was like, you know what? I want to tell my truth. DL did such. Like, what? Isn't that the same thing you're saying he's doing? Isn't that why we're here today?
So again, I feel that Monique has tried to reconcile. Just because we haven't talked doesn't mean I haven't attempted to reach out and talk to you. Right? If you're my son, what if I'm a comedian? That nigga look like a struggling comedian. First off, right? If I'm a comedian and no one has heard you, and my mother is a well-known comedian, why would I not talk to her? What is the problem with talking to her?
CJ says why. It's supposed to be mutual. The thing about reconciliation, it literally does take two people. It sounds
I
like
think
he's
she
tried
won.
in the past. It
I
sounds
don't
like
think
he's tried in the past, but it didn't work because of he said how she reacts. She's not really listening. She's not really trying to take any accountability, is what it sounds like he's saying. That's what I'm getting from what he said, which you can't really get through to a person that does not take any accountability for their own actions. How do you reconcile with someone like that?
You reconcile with someone like that when you want. Listen, just like what you said, I think she wants to, even if he don't understand her moment of clarity when they have spoken. That may not be for you to understand. But does that mean you just stop talking to me because you don't understand my what I'm experiencing and my emotional dealings? So you just stop talking to me because you can't understand what I'm feeling in this moment, being that we haven't spoken. It's just like dating. It's just like dating. You want me to know how you feel, and I don't talk to you. I've never met you before. We haven't had these long, profound discussions before, and I'm supposed to just connect with you and get it off jump. No, relationships like therapy take time. It takes time, and it takes more than just a few tries or a few efforts to say, "Oh, we don't click." Well, how do you know? We just talked 4 days ago.
That's his mother. Like he's known her as long as he's been alive. Like we don't know how many tries, and believe it or not, right? I feel, in my opinion, even with family, I think there's a cutoff period. There's a time that you give up.
Really?
Black dysfunction. Chanel White says black dysfunction is real, and we just uphold fuckery too much. He was speaking his truth the same way his mom was. That's what I'm saying. His mom was speaking hers. He got a chance to speak his uninterrupted.
Perfect. Now let's come together and see how we can work again. If we haven't spoken in years, I'm feeling my way, you're feeling your way. Let's come together and see if we can find some common ground. Just like CJ said earlier, it's mutual. You just want to speak your truth. You ain't he ain't sound like he listening to her either.
Sound like he's tired of listening to her. That's what I'm getting from what he's saying.
Again, if I'm a comedian that I don't know who that bum is. If
Mm-hmm.
nobody knows me
So you
and
gotta be a bum.
my mom is a comedian, why in the hell would I not take advice from my elder? My mom has been in an industry that I am trying to be in.
Chanel White says, how she have all that energy for Oprah and your child from your womb don't talk to you? Her husband is the main reason the family is fucked up.
What? How is her
CJ
husband?
says,
Okay.
let's consider whether the talking would be progressive or not. Some things are meant to be left alone. So apparently, Marcus, you don't agree that they're like after a certain amount of time, even with family, it's time to done.
I'm trying to really figure out how personal I want to get with this. There are people in my family that I don't agree with, but I'm not closed off to talking to them or reconciling with them. And that has no expiration date. If I'm truly adamant about working with someone or working with my mother or family member, then coming on a live and doing a video to debunk or degrade my mom or not even degrade, that's the wrong choice of words, but to dismiss what my mom is fighting for in an industry that she's been in far longer than mine, and just come on and say, oh, what she's saying is not true, we don't talk in years. Why haven't we talked in years? Why haven't you talked in years? And if you have talked to her in the past, how many? Again, it takes time. If we don't talk in years, you can't expect me to just click with you on the second or third or fourth try. We gotta keep talking.
See, that's the thing though. Um I feel like toxic is toxic. And I've heard the term hurt people, which according to Dr. Romney, that is a form of gaslighting. It's gaslighting you to feel like you must always try to reconcile with a person because they've been hurt. When in all actuality, it doesn't matter. What matters is the hurt that you're receiving from it. Because nobody would tell a child that's been, well, people probably have, especially in our community, have told a child that's been sexually abused that they should keep talking to that person because their family or whatever, they should let that hurt go. When in fact, that person does not feel safe. That person doesn't feel like you, like, would you tell someone that's been SA'd to talk to their
Abuser?
their
No,
abuser?
no,
So
no.
what if their
But
family?
I would not I would not tell someone or give someone advice to say, oh, go talk to your abuser. I would say go talk to a therapist. And the therapist, like what you kind of said earlier in the beginning, let's hash this puppy out in a safe way, in a safe environment. We could put cops in here, we could put law enforcement here. We're not gonna leave you in this room alone. But you do need to talk to, even if it's not with the individual, you do need to talk to somebody. Holding that in and just saying, well, we ain't talking, so that's just it, is the wrong answer. Not dealing with it is the wrong answer. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to address to anybody about my sexual abuse. That's the wrong answer also.
No, that wasn't the question. Now, the question was talking to your abuser.
Sure.
Now, you see, that's the closure lie. That if you don't talk to that person, you won't get closure. Closure is for yourself. You can get closure without talking to your abuser. And I do believe that abuse is abuse. Whether it's physical, sexual, emotional, whatever, people have a limit on taking abuse. So if you feel that this person is emotionally abusive and you've had enough of it and you've been dealing with it for years, I can't tell them you should keep trying. You know what I'm saying? I won't tell somebody that thing. But I respect what you were saying.
So the answer is to go live and talk about the person. Talk about the person that you don't know.
Notice he did not do this unprovoked. She mentioned him. She mentioned reconciling with him. You see what I'm saying? DL is responding to her. These are people responding to her. She's bringing up stuff out of nowhere and they respond. We didn't know about Shalon. Shalon he literally told you, this is because of the lie my mother is telling. He ain't even trying to get up on her name because we would have known him already.
I need to start drinking. I just had a moment, y'all. I'm sorry. I had a moment of weakness. I was looking for a bottle.
What? It's like that. Let it out. Talk to it. Chanel White says, do y'all understand a lot of mothers are not emotionally stable who still haven't healed from past issues? Mothers can be sick too. I understand.
Sure.
As a child that I've tried myself, it really gets tiring. Can you at least see that?
Tried what? Tried what? What we talking? Tried
CJ,
that
can you
as a
tell
child
us?
that you don't want to. That as a child you don't want to talk to your parent.
CJ, can you tell us in the comments what have you tried? Not everybody gonna be equipped to deal with this type of stuff. That's true, which is why Marcus said you should talk to someone. Therapists, they're supposed to hand you techniques and tricks and tactics to use so you can be equipped.
Yeah, you ever hear the method of write a letter to the person but never send it? All of that is helping you. So okay, I would never tell someone to go talk to their sexual abuser. Right? It's unsafe. It doesn't feel good. That's not comfortable. But you should talk to somebody.
Let's lighten things up for a second. Guys. All right. This is Natural Liberty. Natural Liberty sea moss gel. It's infused sea moss gel infused with passion fruit. And it is from Romika, Mika Online. It's her personal brand. You're supposed to take 2 tablespoons daily directly from the jar or add to your favorite smoothies or juices. Now, the reason why I'm bringing sea moss to you right now, it technically it might seem like a commercial, but it's not. I have never liked sea moss, and I just had Romika on. We talked about some of her products. I told her that I never liked sea moss, so in her kindness, she sent me some. All right, she sent me some, and I said I'd try it live. 2 scoops.
It
Let's see.
look good.
That shit is good. Ooh, it's good like oh, that's good. That's like
Has she changed your mind? Has she
yes,
changed your
yes,
mind?
yes. Because I go and find out. Yo, this tastes like the baby food. You know what I'm saying? Kind of tastes like baby food, but it's passion fruit flavored. It's good, man. It's good. This
The
is good.
Gerber. This is the Gerber meal
Mm-hmm.
plan.
Mm,
Second scoop down.
mm,
Hasn't puked yet.
mm.
We will
It's
follow up
delicious.
tomorrow to see if he has to use about it. We
No, I'm
will.
gonna be super strong tomorrow. Because if CMOS is as healthy as they say, I'm gonna be lifting 325 tomorrow.
All the
But that
Rastaman
is good.
talk about it. All the Rastaman talk about it.
Natural liberty,
Check
natural
them out.
liberty. You've made me a believer. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I,
It's
I,
delicious.
I want to hit on Chanel's white. She said, I need to be a guest because y'all need a female on the panel. Chanel, there's a call-in number at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting, man. I keep forgetting. It's a call-in show. We get a phone ready. Call in.
Call in, debate, argue, disagree,
Uh
shoot
oh.
shots at me.
Uh oh.
Mezcal will do you good. Mezcal,
How she
yes,
know? How she know?
she know all about the mezcal. The
You told her?
mezcal will jack. No, I don't know who that is, but the mezcal will jack you up. Mezcal will let you have it. So
We were
see,
talking about this.
we were literally talking about mezcal and how it jacks you up. Okay, let me get myself together. Thank you. Join in, call in, and add to the chaos because y'all ain't gonna convince me. I'm with my black women, yo. I'm with, and I'm not saying Ja ain't with black women,
Thank
but
you.
just not this one. Just not with this one.
Listen, cause I am quick to say he don't like woman. Listen, it's this particular one. It's Monique. I love Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, Taraji P. That's my sweetheart. Listen, Cookie, um, Kerry Washington, all of them. I am with all of them. It's this particular one. Monique rubs people the wrong way.
Good.
Chanel White says, I think when we share stories, it's also for awareness. We have to normalize sharing stories so our group don't feel alone. Agreed. I agree.
Agreed.
Listen, my one parent didn't want me to do better. I couldn't force anything. I wasn't gonna stress no more. LOL. I left it to the Father above.
Okay. But Miss
What?
CJ, you don't sound like whoever that
My
woman
back
is.
don't get blown out.
Your
You
back
talking
won't
about?
blow up anymore. What?
Pause.
What are we?
Pause. My back don't get blown out. It's the other way around. What is you talking about? Because the sea moss. The sea moss.
Oh, the Rasta man. She must be with a Rasta man. That's why.
Or want to be.
Hold on,
Hello.
gentlemen. Got the black ones. Different got the brown ones.
What we talking about?
I think drinking. She says she's a bartender. She's a bartender, so that's why she know about mezcal. Hold on.
CJ, you home? Are you in St. Croix? Because I need you to make some drinks for me. Not well, the mezcal. She gonna need to make me a believer on that one.
She gonna have to add something. She gonna have to spice it with a worm or the tequila in there. She gonna have
She'll
to put
put sea
something.
moss in there.
Yeah, there you go. Passion fruit CMOS brought to you by the letter P.
Natural liberty.
But hey, man, I am with it. I'm with Monique. I am with justice. Right? Let me say that
Justice.
before
Oh
y'all
man.
justice before y'all
Justice.
hang me. right? Right. I am really an advocate for our people. I want us to win. I want us to do well. But I also recognize that we wouldn't have the rights that we didn't that we enjoy today without evangelists. And sometimes, hey, Martin Luther King got assassinated. Malcolm X carried weapons. He was not afraid to shoot somebody. These people had to come forward in order for us to enjoy the things that we have today. So I am all for Monique taking the fall for us, right? I am. So, but again, I all jokes aside, I really feel for Monique. Katt Williams said it. If you know somebody who has a, how do I call in? Chanel,
Call the number that's scrolling on your screen, 706-366-5025.
gentlemen, name your firearm. I'm serious. I am with our women, and I really want us to win. I really want us to really just achieve. I want our black women to be equally compensated the way we are compensated, right? If our male counterparts are doing better, our Caucasian counterparts are getting paid a higher earnings. And speaking of which, let me talk on that. So, do you consider during the Parkers Monique to be a top earner, 75% earner, average earner, 25% earner when the debut of the Parkers in August of 1999? What would you say she was in her field?
She said they were making what, 55,000 an episode.
She
I
said
would
she
say a
made.
top earner.
She said she was paid $55,000 per episode. A top earner in the movie Icton. This is from ZipRecruiter, a TV actor's salary calculated for the February 2024 rate. A top earning actor makes $11,500 per month for a film, for being in a film. Oh,
Hold on, we got a caller. Hello, caller. Can you hear us?
Yes, how are you? This is Chanel White. How are you?
Thanks for calling in. Marcus, can you hear her?
I can hear her. Yes. Hello, Miss Chanel. Chanel.
How are you, Marcus?
She coming for me. The way she said that's already she coming for me.
I thought
Yeah,
you
I'm
raised my
doing well.
pressure. You raised my pressure. I was living in my bed, right? And listen, when it comes to us, right, I get passionate because we have a lot of problems. It's been like 500 years of the hamster wheel, and it's like, okay, what do we get out of bashing each other? You know, two things could be true. Yes, I understand, like, Monique is a famous person, and these things do happen in the industry. We're not taking that away. But you could also be a famous person, a successful person, and also have areas that you need to work on because we're forever learning, right? In our community, we put the mothers and standards so high. Do you know how much children, and I'm including myself, because before I became this version of Chanel, I was a beta baby mother, and my son suffered. And who would know me better is my son, because he know the different levels of mommyhood. So I've been a good mother, I've been a bad mother, I've been a sweet, sour, whatever. Because I had my son young, I'm learning. But how many mothers gonna admit that they've been a fucked up mother? Excuse my French, I get passionate.
That's real.
Not many, and that's not a thing. It's not a thing for anybody to talk about the mother, but we have issues. We just sabotage and use our children as pan. I was one of them. So when I listened to Monique's son, I felt everything in that letter. Cause just like my son, I had my son young, my mother had me young. So my siblings and we don't have the same experience, and we're not supposed to. Do I not love my mother? I love my mother. But she also have areas she have to work on, and we all have areas we have to work on. But it's like we don't like the truth. So so I was just like taken back, like he is speaking his truth, the same thing his mother speaking on. She have all the energy for Oprah. And this is 10 years, you're speaking the same thing, and you ain't talk to your son in 3 years. And you could see she love her children them that she have for her husband more than her first son. Because a lot of mothers like that. Whoever father they love, them children get treated different. No, but for real, if you go on her Instagram, you will see no picture of her first son in her. That boy is her first child. That's a reflection of her. Ain't no real mother, a child that come out of her womb. She met that child. And you ain't talk to that child in 3 years. And then on top of it, are you mad that he had a response to what she said? But then she went online and do the same thing. She should have called it. What should they responding online and what her husband doing there? Her husband should have had nothing to say. I mean, it's just so much. Listen, it's a lot. It's a lot. I was just really taken aback because I could clearly see, Marcus, you probably don't have no kind of experience in that type of dysfunction. But let me tell you, Marcus, that's very real and common. I know a lot of mothers that don't talk to the children. I know a lot of mothers that know the children get molested and they didn't do anything. When I used to say woman stressing out, it's because of the mother. A lot of them mother is the blueprint for why we have so much chaos. They're the blueprint. They're birthing these children, and instead of changing, they're creating more monsters for society. It's not only the man. Women have a big play in a lot of that. But we don't speak about those things because it's not something that, we got, that's not like, no, you got to protect the woman. Yeah, we got to heal. We are fucked up people.
So Chanel, Marcus is here rocking in his chair. He want to reply so bad. You gonna stay on?
Okay, I just had to get her out, but I'm sorry. I had a rant, but Marcus definitely.
Thank you.
Don't do that to each other, Marcus. We don't have to insult each other. We are all black people, and we have all been indoctrinated and fucked up. We could help each other without tearing each other down too.
Chanel White.
Thank you for your time.
Chanel White. Wait.
Hold on. You still on?
Yeah, I still here.
Go ahead.
Are you Chanel White? This is Marcus. Are you a business owner?
What success have to do with a reality?
I'm not asking about
married woman. If you want to know about me, I am a married woman because they say we don't get married. I'm married. I have one son. I have a beautiful husband. To me, he's the best of the best. So what business owner have to do with anything? I own my own house. I mean, I try to figure out where money, because you be talking about success and whatever. That's our problem again. We highlight degrees and highlight money. But you know much fucked up people walk around with degrees and money? The biggest mansion have the most misery. So I don't understand. The first thing you ask me is if you're a business owner.
Okay, I'm gonna skip that. Forget I asked that because it's a no. Anyway, right, Chanel, if I am running a restaurant and you eat at my restaurant, would you be doing me a disservice or a service if the food that I served you was poor?
If you're running a restaurant, right? And if I would do that service, can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
If I own a restaurant and you eat at that restaurant and the food is trash, would you be doing me, a black man, a disservice by telling me, leaving me a review that the food was trash? Or would you be helping me?
To me, I would be helping you because you should do better.
Right.
Okay? I don't believe in enabling.
That's what Monique is doing.
If your food is trash, you should know your food is trash.
Exactly. If you are not doing right and serving people right, I'm going to call you out. You calling my business, my restaurant, the food that I'm serving you trash should help me because I'm not doing a good service. That is my stance in regards to the Monique situation. Monique is saying Oprah, Tyler Perry. You're saying she's bringing these people down. She's holding these people accountable because they're not helping.
I agree with that, Marcus. No, I'm separating the two. No, I agree what she's doing. She's calling out people. What I'm saying, I'm not taking that away. I'm a black woman. Yep. I agree. with her standing up where most of our black people, they're too scared. So she is the voice. But what I'm saying is you got to put an energy in your house too.
If
That's
my
what
if
I'm
my
saying.
son doesn't want,
You could be successful at two things, right? You don't have to just you could be. Yeah, we know Monique is Monique, but she's also a human being. Just like Bob Marley. Bob Marley was a gallus, but he was also a revolutionary.
right.
He was not perfect. None of us are.
All right. Thank you, Chanel. We appreciate you calling in.
Thank you, ma'am.
Meet us in the comments because I sure you got more to say. All right.
Take care, bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss White.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have to disagree that it's what Monique is doing, right? I do not feel like we should be publicly arguing with each other. And again, my problem is the fact that she's just randomly calling out people. The first step in conflict resolution is to try to talk to the person directly, and because that's usually how conflicts are resolved. I don't like the going back and forth online. She went online to say what she said about reconciling with the son. The son responded. No, it looked like they're arguing. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, because people gonna get in those comments, and a lot of people are roasting the son, right? That though the interference from outside people could lead you astray even more. That's why I don't believe it should be done online. It should be done behind the scenes, or keep the family laundry in the house. That's where I stand on it. Like, if you have a business, your business is public, and okay, that makes sense if I tell you on a public thing that this is trash. But her going to Club Shay-Shay, this man ain't asks you nothing about nobody, and you just say, you know, my son, I'd like to reconcile with him. Hey, DL did this, and that. We just arguing. You just being messy. If me and you, right? Let's say me and you wasn't talking, and you just start like, hey Marcus, what's up with you and your brother? Like, I didn't know y'all were beefing out of nowhere, right? If they come and tell you, guaranteed the first reaction you're gonna get is pissed off. So you already in a bad state of mind because you're hearing it from somebody else, right? Then when you come and try and talk to me, you're hostile now. So then that conversation probably ain't gonna go well. But what if I had come to you and said, hey, you know what? I didn't like how this went down and stuff and stuff and such and such. We have a more, we have a better chance of reconciling then.
What
You
if
know what
you
I'm saying?
don't, what if you don't want to talk to me?
If I don't want to talk to you, I'm not gonna go online though. I'm not gonna go online and I'm not gonna tell other people this is my issue with him. Because first of all, that's my perspective. Like, it could have been a legit misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? And then pulling other people, I don't think that's the way to go ever. Tell you the truth. Like, you ever see people who in a relationship, right? They get together, right? And every time they got argument, everyone knows.
Right.
It's like, you know how stupid you look?
It makes the family picnic feel awkward.
Exactly. Why do I know he kicked you down the stairs? Why do I know like he cheated? I don't even know you for real. I don't know Monique. Why am I finding out that she want to reconcile with her son that I didn't know his name until now?
Yeah. I still don't know his name. I don't know who that dude
It's Shalon. Don't play Shalon like that.
If we had you bring up the example of the family I brought up the example of the family picnic, but yes, airing your grievances and your family problems out publicly, it is not the answer. Monique is what?
I ain't gonna stop calling him the homeless guy, you know. My name is Shalon. I keep telling you.
The homeless guy.
Wow.
I don't know who that dude is until I see
Wow.
a skit, a clip, a comedy special, a Netflix special. Listen, So if you my son and you acting crazy and I'm trying to talk to you and connect with you and you don't want to talk to me and like like I'm trying to work with you. And if I air it out publicly saying I reconcile with you, what's so damaging about that? I want to, hey, I'm Monique. My son is out there. I want to work with you. I'm not your enemy. That's not a negative thing I put out versus me beating my wife or having problems or family problems. No, I don't have a connection with my son. I would like to reconnect with him. Hey, son, I hope you watch this. Like, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing to want to reconcile with your child.
Let me tell you why going online is a bad thing.
Okay.
You and I both know how quickly things can turn negative online, right? That man says he's a comedian. He does shows. Now, after his show, somebody comes up, hey, what happened with you and your mom? Why you ain't talking to your mom? You don't love your mom? You know what I'm saying? Stupid questions like that he was not expecting or something like that or didn't want. Suppose he don't even talk about his mom or people, or he want to do it on his own. Now people know that my mom reaching out to me, and now they're questioning me about it. Now they want insight into my personal dealings and stuff like that. Like, you're putting the family business out on the street. If you want to talk to me, you say you want to reconcile. Why don't you have my number? There's a reason.
You got him on blocked.
There's a reason. Though. Something happened, and you know what it was. If I wanted to talk to you, I would have talked to you. That's just what it is. Sometimes you just got, like, I don't know.
So
I feel like
just accept that. Just accept that.
If I don't fuck with you, you need to.
Your child?
Listen, do not go online and reach out. Don't do that. So whoever
I'm blasting my child. I'm blasting my child.
Listen.
I'm trying to talk to you, trying to put some sense into you. You talk. I hear that you got a podcast out there and it's trash. And you got my seed. Nah, man, I'm blasting you. I hope you see this.
It's bad because it was just a public stunt. He said she never tried to reach out to him. If she wanted to get to him, he wasn't hiding. I mean, listen, he said he does shows. Go to the show then.
I'm gonna pop up.
Go to the show. I would rather you try to, get in line after the show or something than go ahead and go on Club Shay-Shay with millions of viewers and say, nah, man, nah.
Hey,
what?
I don't know what my son. Hey, I don't know who Shalon. What Shalon? My Shalon. Oh, how he doing? Oh, he a comedian now. She probably don't even know. I didn't know. Who the hell is this dude? He a comedian, and you don't want to talk to me? I see some makeshift flyer somebody handed me. Nah.
Chanel White says, I share personal stories on my FB all the time because I know too many people that lives in their illusion. My truth is my gift to someone else to see they too can heal. I expect people to have opinions, but that's not my cross to carry. I am here to help people see other perspectives. As creators, we are supposed to create different narratives. That's the thing about the narrative, though. We have no control over it. We have no control over the narrative.
As a content creator?
As a content creator, we do not have any control over the narrative. Once something gets out there, right? People take, I'm telling you, the fact that people are bashing this dude, right? For telling his version of the truth while holding Monique on a pedestal like she's some savior. That alone should let us know something is wrong. Why is it wrong for someone to tell their truth, but right for someone to tell the others? Why is it wrong for him to respond to his mother, but not wrong for her to bring him into it? I don't get that.
I think he does it. He's not the same way he's saying we ain't talking years. The way he said that lets me know he ain't trying to talk. But again,
but that's his truth, though. Why can't he? Why is he not allowed to feel that way? Because it's his mom.
it's. I think there is a connection there. I think he's fighting that connection. Again, how is it you end up in comedy? The same coincidental arena your mom is in, And again, if I'm doing well as a comedian, why would you not let me in? I think he's the one that's obstructing his own growth, his own launch, his own. He trying to do it on his own. Why? When I already did it. I already did it for you. Hey, let me help you. Let me get you a proper agent. Let me help you. That's how you start to rebuild. But when you sit there and come behind me because I called your name in a positive way, saying I want to reconcile with you, and that's what draws you out to respond, to say we ain't talking years. Well, I just said that. I'm trying to talk to you. That's what gives me the impression that he don't want to talk. But yet you a comedian. Who better to help you in the comedian in the comedy industry than your mother? That's dumb.
This right here, Chanel, this right here, us having this conversation, I love it. But this right here is why I say you cannot control the narrative once it gets out. You see how it's two of us, right? There's two different narratives. You cannot control it. I see that this man is speaking his truth the same way she is. My brother sees it like maybe because Monique said it first, maybe because Monique is the known one, whatever it is. There's several reasons it could be seen that way, but once that narrative is out and people have a hold of it, you can't you don't know where it's gonna go from there. CJ asked, how did we even get here? There was obviously willing neglect on her part. Now she's just going about it the wrong way. He tired of trying when she wasn't. Sometimes time run out on people. And another thing, like what Chanel said, our perspectives is based off our experiences. So CJ is talking from her experience in her past with trying to reconcile and it not going well and just getting tired of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying anybody is wrong. It's just different perspectives, and it's all based on our experience.
The same difference. He's allowed to be triggered, Marcus. You're missing the point. My God.
She's saying you're wrong. I'm not saying.
Different perspectives, right? Jesus. Now I'm triggered, Chanel. Thank you. I'll just go slit my wrist now. Crawl in this corner.
Let's see who else Monique called into this fray that didn't ask for it.
I remember our beautiful sister Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine, and this, in my humble opinion, is where we keep throwing each other under the bus. You're doing an interview with GQ magazine, and I'm assuming the journalist was a white person, and the conversation turned to Monique. And she said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers.
But she don't know your husband.
And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs. If you had a husband like mine, you may not be caught up in what looks like you could have been grooming a child. And I say all of that with no judgment. But when you speak about having a husband like mine, you open up the door. And I'm saying to you, if you had one like mine, you may not sit in these positions that you can't explain the next day.
Right.
Or it's a hard way to go.
She says with no judgment.
Tiffany Haddish called her out, though. She called her out. She's talking trash about her husband. Who wouldn't come for their family member?
You really writing for Monique? Like, hold up. When Monique says something and somebody responds, the person that responds is wrong. When somebody calls out Monique and
because what Monique is, if Monique was wrong, I would not stand by her. She's not wrong. She's standing by her truth, and she wants to really get reconciliation for being underpaid, for being mistreated in the industry, like many of our Black women. So that's why I'm standing by Monique and now Tiffany Haddish, who she has not addressed until now. It was only Tyler Perry and the production team of the Parkers. She did not address Tiffany Haddish until Tiffany Haddish brings up her relationship for no reason whatsoever. That's why I'm with her on this. You're bringing her up when she's never even talked about you. So now you're talking about you. But again, Monique is standing up for what she believes. She's standing up for equal compensation and equal pay and
Mm-hmm.
justice for what she has been missed out. She's missed out on money.
Mm-hmm. How okay, so you watch the clips and you watch the Club Shay-Shay thing. Why is she even mad at Tyler Perry and Oprah?
Because of defamation. She's mad at Oprah because Oprah interviewed her family and lied.
Oprah
Oprah,
interviewed whose family?
Monique's,
And Oprah lied?
and Oprah lied to her about how she was approaching it. So when you interview someone's family, Monique broke this down in the interview. So she says, if you're going to interview my family, talk to me. And Oprah called her and said, hey, I'm going to talk to your father and your family and bring them on the show. I'm going to talk about this. So Monique was like, okay, cool. So then Oprah brings the family out, brings the father out, and starts talking about her issues with I think like molestation and rape, nothing that she had previously consented to. That's why she has an issue with Oprah. She has an issue with Tyler Perry because of defamation. Defamation, Tyler Perry said some stuff about Monique that wasn't true, and that's why she goes on Club Shay-Shay and talks about the recording that she has from Tyler Perry confessing that he lied about what he stated to tarnish her name. So that's why
Did she play it? Did she play it?
she didn't play it on the episode, but the clip is floating around out there. So the
I'd
clip
like to see that.
so the recording that she recorded Tyler Perry apologizing and saying, yeah, I did lie on you. And my co-host even said she listened to the Tyler Perry clip and it's legit. So Tyler Perry confessed that he did lie on Oprah on Monique about
Okay.
what he said to tarnish her name. So she wants to be compensated because you lied on me and cost me money.
So I notice, except for with the Netflix situation, she doesn't go to the courts. She wants compensation. She goes to the court of public opinion. She doesn't go the legal route though.
So I could lose most of the money to lawyer fees?
So she didn't risk that going up against a major corporation like Netflix.
Because I could get more. Is going against a person versus Netflix is I wouldn't go against Netflix without lawyer representation. But if it's you and me, and I got if you Tyler Perry and I got your direct sell, hey, let's handle this right. Who the flip am I gonna call with Netflix?
I
Those are
don't.
a person
I don't know about that one.
a person versus a corporation. Let's be real. If I have beef with a person, I got your direct sell. I want to talk to you to work this out outside of courts, outside of lawyer fees, outside of all of these things that due process that gonna take time. Whereas that could be a quick, easy, hey man, my bad. Here's $5 million and it done.
If she did have access to these people, she wouldn't be going to Club Shay-Shay. That's what I'm saying. She's not going the legal route. She's going to the court of public opinion, trying to have us apply the pressure on them. She went against arguably, I would say Netflix is worth more than Oprah and Tyler Perry. Separately, I don't know about together, but going up against Netflix is probably a bigger, a harder task than going up against either one of them.
She got her special though.
She got her special and she got a settlement that she does not disclose. And and that was trash. According to the reviews, it bombed. So, I mean, who lost out in that? Netflix. Me and you both agreed Netflix lost out in that double time. But you said what? What Netflix did what? No.
What Netflix took the hit on that. I don't
He
deny
he says because what? They didn't do what?
I don't know.
What did you say backstage? Netflix didn't do something to get her numbers up. What did you say? What were you
They didn't help promote her correctly. They ain't help promote that woman. They did that woman dirty. They know they losing the settlement, and they know shit. We gotta have her on. Let's put it out there, but kinda, not really. They gave her a special, and it still didn't do that well. No, because she ain't got no help in the promotion of it. And the man,
Hey, if y'all want a man that is gonna hold you down, listen, that guy right there.
we going to jail together, baby. We both go to jail. These
Yo,
kids gonna be living with their grandparents, but I'm gonna rock with you.
I
I'm
see.
a ride or die. We gonna
Chanel,
rock.
I like this. This is what it's about. Dear black people, create your own spaces. Fuck begging and pleading, like Tyler Perry and Oprah that created their own. Your tribe will always ride with you. That's the difference right there. They created their own. Now she's going at them. But this infighting, do you think it's healthy?
No, no. It's not healthy. It's not healthy that Club Shay-Shay has become this kind of boxing ring for who said what and industry secrets being spilt, and this person doing this dirt and this person and TD Jakes over here sucking this, and it's all a whole mess, right? It's a mess. It's a and Club Shay-Shay is profiting from all of this, and now he's become kind of this centerpiece for like, oh yeah, you got some tea to spill on the Trumps? Let's hear it. Like, nah, bro.
No,
I
no,
ain't.
that's
This
my
ain't your.
problem.
You
So that man said we have been swallowed up, swallowed. All right, so um, so that's
okay.
my problem.
Okay.
It, let's bring it back around.
Okay. Deal.
Is Club Shay Shay getting too messy? Ever since that cat interview took off, now I'm seeing the only clips that I see him post. It's nothing uplifting. It's all people, him asking the guest or them just talking about other people.
You know
Like
why?
Desi
You know
Banks
why?
was on there
You
because
know
it
why?
sells.
Because he's a terrible host. Because he's a terrible host. He ain't mediating. He ain't guiding the conversation. He's a horrible host. That's why.
He had Desi Banks on there, right? And dude is a comedian also. He's been having a lot of comedians lately. But I see a clip and he asked Desi something about Gucci Mane. And I'm like, what do these two people have to do with each other? Is Desi signed to go to, like, are they why are we talking about this? He asked him about Gucci Mane. He asked him about Rick Ross and his girlfriend. I'm like, can, what are we
Only
doing?
That's what terrible hosts do. They have no clue about who they're interviewing or why they're interviewing. Hey, Usher, you on the show? Sure, come on. Let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about Confessions. Let's talk about Confessions Part 2. Oh, by the way, you got any dirt? You got any dirt in there? Second,
What you know about the weekend?
what you right? I heard you, P. Diddy, and all of y'all. I heard you and P. Diddy were boys. What's up with that? I heard you slept in this nigga bed. What? Like, nah. He's a terrible host. He's a horrible host. If I had any of those people on the show, it would have been phenomenal, freaking phenomenal. Because just like you're not a terrible host. You wouldn't address that dumb stuff. You wouldn't have no cheerleader celebrity who sit there and tell you live on your couch that she slept with 32 dudes. What? What are you talking? Whoa!
Is that the kind of questions he asks on there? His flow right up from Florida.
Yeah, terrible show. It's a terrible. He's Shannon Sharp is a terrible show, and then he comes on and addresses it. He know he terrible, and he gonna address the terrible. Yep, I'm
What you
terrible.
mean?
He went public, or he went live, and he was like, "Yep, I know my show doesn't suit all of y'all, and the reason why is because I'm not a podcaster. I'm not a radio personality. I just invite people on to have a conversation." He admitted that he's
What?
trash. He knows he's trash, and he still continued on. I'm just here to have people have a conversation. No,
Isn't that what he does? I
he's
mean, he went from ESPN to How are you not a radio personality?
Because he's jumping into an industry of interviewing people that first off have nothing to do with football, which is out of his arena. You're
Yeah.
out your bag. You're out your bag, dude. You could analyze a football session because you played football, but interviewing the fucking Obamas, what are you gonna do when Michelle get on there? You gonna sit there and ask her for her stuff? Hey, Monique, what do you think about that riot in Alabama? You serious? You just asked Michelle Obama about the riots in Alabama. Boy, he's a terrible host.
And you sat there and watched the whole Monique episode.
He should be canceled. Because I'm a critic. I'm a critic, right? I watch other podcasts to gain ideas, to gain knowledge, to gain insight, and to see if someone doing it better than me.
Interesting. I don't know. So we're gonna have to do a watch party or something and watch that whole interview to see if he is as bad. To watch the episode, to watch the Monique special. We're gonna watch that Monique special and we're gonna see if anybody laughs.
I'm going on Rotten Tomato, 10 out of 10.
I lie, just like Monique for us. You might as well go on there now and lie. Go ahead, since you don't lie.
We gonna watch it together. Let's watch it together. Yep, I'm down. Whenever that is.
So now White says that's his truth, referring to Mr. Club Shay-Shay. His tribe loves the entertainment. I feel this talk show is for people that want conversations that's laid back. But why these laid back conversations have to be about other people, though? That's what people with no direction do. They talk about other people. Ain't that what small-minded, gossipy people do?
You don't know what he doing. You don't know what he doing.
He said, I love his way of podcasting. It's different, and I love it. Is it? So now I want to know how you feel about mine then. Because here you are too. So what will you say?
I ain't touching that. She walked into that herself. Which part they get them couches from though? The couches look dope.
The set is amazing.
I give him that. The set is dope. The atmosphere is dope. And then here come Huckleberry Finn out with the freaking cue cards. All right, let's have a conversation.
I don't. Well, numbers don't lie. That people love drama. That's what it's telling us. So
you suck. People love stupidity.
People love drama. That's what they know.
That's why they love Sexy Red, right?
True.
Nonsense, foolishness. Just because you have a large following does not excuse you for producing trash.
Chanel White, I learned from everyone. Can you tell us what have you learned from watching him? It's true you could glean, stuff from everybody. So what have you learned from him? Again, I have not watched it. Marcus does.
What I've been saying it all episode. What I have learned from him is that there's information out there, there's tea out there that people need a outlet for, and it really kind of just sparks the fire in me to like really go twice as hard with reaching out and getting these guests on the show, because you got these dudes out here that want to say stuff, they want to spill industry secrets, and they can't. They don't have a platform that's really just open for them to just say what they gotta say, unscripted, right? So that really that's what I learned from watching Club Shay-Shay, that these people got dirt, they got stuff that they want to say, but they need a host and a platform that's professional and can really no, we're gonna clean this up, we're gonna make this nice.
Did y'all see the Country Wayne episode? I absolutely did not. And then the clips was of him just talking about simp shit. So no. But, go ahead.
Yeah, that episode, he talked about his past, how his father went to jail in place of him. He talked about how he feel about women, who bills he paying, how he paying for all his baby mama's houses, how he was a dope boy back in the day. Like I could see that interview. That interview was decent because that's how that whole phrase now that come out about women cheat more than men. Country Wayne was the one that said that. So now everybody's kind of jumping on that bandwagon, like, oh, women do cheat more than men, and women are better at it. Country Wayne said that on the Club Shay-Shay interview.
Even though Country Wayne is the one with a ton of kids.
He has a ton of kids and he paying for all of them. He said that on the show. He's like, listen, I cut my baby mama 20,000 the other day, last week, just off grip. He buy them all cars. He buy them all houses, so they ain't got nothing to worry about. He said that on the show. And to me, that's like, okay, that's cool. That's nice. That's interesting. But it's like, I don't find that to be positive. It gave me insight to him. Like, oh, he really from the streets. He wasn't all about the comedy. The comedy was like this avenue, and social media was this avenue for him to just make money outside of selling dope.
It's funny because I learned that about him from watching his videos and just little commentary way. Because again, I didn't watch the show, but I knew he was really in the streets. He had a ton of kids from watching his videos and stuff that he used to say before. I learned that he had businesses way before social. He was making money for a while.
Yeah,
like he had a nightclub and some other shit already.
He did. He talked about it on the show, what it was like running a nightclub, all the issues he had with the nightclub, the money he made, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't a lot for him, And again, he's still doing that while still selling dope on the side. But comedy is picking up for him. That's just another platform for him. So the Country Wayne interview, I think it was a good interview. It was a decent interview. I did not like that interview, but Katt Williams interview launched it. But he interviewed Michael Blackson, right? DL Hughley, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. That was kind of his skit. Like, let me get these celebrities in here. And then Katt Williams busts the door wide open. Nah, all of y'all lying. Every single one of y'all lying. And that's when a good show will be like, okay, let's work on this. Let's massage this a little bit. What are we really talking about here? What are you trying to get off your chest? Do you want to save it and let's get all of them back in the room so we could address this thing? Like,
all right, man. Thank you once again for coming on. It was a blast. What would you like to leave the people with? You're the guest tonight. You get the last word.
I would like
to go first.
I would like to leave the audience with this, that nobody gets out of this alive and no one gets out of this life by themselves. We do need to work together. We do need to really, I think we can do it. I think we can do it in our lifetime, in my lifetime, is bring back the Black Wall Street, right? And we could really work together. But we got to do it like how the Amish do it, like the Jews do it, like the Indians do it, right? They're highly successful and they're the least targeted because they work together. So we could do it. That's why you don't hear about police brutality in the Jewish community, because they have their own police, they have their own banking, they have their own medical. So you can't hold a carrot to them. So we as a Black people, if we just work together, we could achieve anything.
As far as me, what I gathered from tonight is pretty much I live by, I'm not competing with anyone. I'm in my own lane always. I'm not competing with anyone. I'm competing with who I was yesterday. I keep my head down and I go. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how I deal with things. I go and I do the work and I put in the effort and I go. So me taking time to look back, I'm not going that way. I'm going so like, I feel like that would help with a lot of people's issues, because when we were talking about Monique, her issue with Netflix was her comparing herself to other people. Maybe if she had honestly assessed her career, like both Netflix and her could have came to a position to where they both were winning, right? Because we know who lost in that. One side lost. They lost money and then they lost on the ratings and they lost on you get what I'm saying? So I think people need to be focused more on assessing themselves. We have become a society of delusion. We lack self-awareness because it hurts and it bothers our ego to take like intimate looks into ourselves. It's a hard processing. It's easy to look at the person next to you and judge them. We've been taught how to do that, but we haven't been taught how to look at ourselves and judge ourselves honestly the same way. Because look at how many people are scared of accountability and what that should mean. As far as conflict resolution, like I said, go ahead and talk to the person. If you don't have their number, it's for a reason. Closure is a lie. And I'll always say that closure is a lie. Getting closure from someone else is a lie. Closure comes from yourself. You can free yourself from that closure trap. You don't need nobody to give you the right to move on. So that's what I got. Thank you once again. We gotta do this again. It was a blast. We almost hit 2 hours because we were just vibing. Thanks, gentlemen, South, coming on once again. I'm Ja. That's Marcus, the gentleman. It's the same difference. We love you. We out.